So I guess this is going to be part 2 because I was still singing Freddy Krueger for a little while. I did 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, 3, 4, you better lock the door. And then that's where I left off for part 1. Part 2 is 5, 6, you better grab your crucifix, or something about a crucifix. 7, 8, you better stay up late. 9, 10, never sleep again. So, and I've been getting a lot of messages about people not going back to, like, never sleeping again, or losing sleep, staying up all night, and not in the fun kind. Not in the kind that we did when we're in our early or our late teens, early 20s, living our best lives. That's not the kind of staying up late we are talking about. These are nightmares. You know, Freddy Krueger. He's coming for you. And in part 1, I specifically talked about how Freddy Krueger is actually your ancestors coming to haunt somebody who wronged you. Somebody who should have protected you and didn't protect you. Somebody who judged you and never asked for clarity. Somebody who asked questions out of judgment rather than asking questions to understand, listening to understand. And they definitely did not have good intentions and did not follow what their heart and their inner calling was asking them to. Yeah, low vibrations. Specifically a poison thorn. So what they're realizing is, yeah, that they have been playing with some poison thorns. Roses are probably significant to this collective, or, you know, whatever, maybe they will, but flowers definitely. So this person is starting to realize that the roses that they picked, the thorns that they pricked themselves with while trying to put together this beautiful bouquet of bullshit, they're poison. And I'm hearing it was a slow thing. Like, it wasn't instant. It wasn't like you pricked and then you, like, passed out immediately. It was a slow burn. And this slow burn has slowly been suffocating their blessings, their positivity, their success, the things that they've worked hard for, or perhaps didn't work hard at all for, but it doesn't matter. It is drying up. It is being suffocated the way we suffocate flames to put them out. Because again, there was a lack of honoring cycles. There was a lack of honoring what the Most High was trying to get them to do. There was a lack of honoring their best interest. And I am not talking about, like, you know, like when people are like, oh, I stole from them because I needed it more. No, your best interest is doing what's, like, right morally. Like, you don't just steal things because you think you deserve it more. How do you know? How do you know you deserve it more? That's selfish. That's your ego, okay? We're not talking about that kind of stuff. Yeah, struggling to follow the inner calling, struggling to have this deep connection with anybody. It's probably, so this person probably grew up in a lot of neglect because they cannot connect deeply with anybody. Which is why there's these tactics, which is why there's this, they're showing me like the tides, this push and pull, Because, like, it's almost like they knew that there were choices here and they weren't really sure which one they wanted to make. So they wanted to do this push and pull to, like, buy themselves time instead of healing themselves. They allowed these distractions to move them. They allowed the distraction of their own ego to push them into the first step, into whatever it is that they have committed to do, because there is a role that they are now committed to. It's giving the mask. With Jim Carrey, when he puts on the mask and then he can't take it off, it's stuck on his face. They have committed to the role, and whether or not they want to continue this role is not their decision. They put on that mask too many times, and now it has adhered to their skin. It is part of who they are because they lived in that energy for so long. It wasn't acting. That's who you are. And so opportunities and prosperity and new ventures are being taken from them. Because time is up. Because Freddy is coming for you, for them. Because they didn't stop. Because they didn't move away. Because they didn't retreat when they were warned. I didn't want to lose that because it felt like I was going to lose it. Yeah, they didn't follow their heart. They followed their pain. They didn't follow their intuition. They followed the demons. They never stopped. They never resetted. They never I'm hearing they were overheating and they didn't take time to reset, and they definitely didn't take time to learn and be the apprentice and absorb any higher knowing or belief. They operated off of corrupt beliefs. And because they operated off of those corrupt beliefs, there is no going back. There is no going back. Six of Cups in reverse. There is no going back. Somebody, I'm hearing the train has left the station. Whoever they came from, which I'm assuming is, or came for, which I'm assuming is you because you're watching the video, you're gone. You're already out the door. It's not even like 1 foot out the door. Like, you have already left. That door is closing. Yeah. Because you were done with the secrets. You were done with the disharmony. You were done with the push and pull and the push and pull. You were done with the games. 555, you were ready for change. And so you made change. You allowed things to fall apart. You walked away so the tower could crumble. I'm hearing you did it quicker than most people can because you are the Empress. Because you live, because you're the Empress, because you're the creator, because you've done the work to make sure that everything it is that you've ever wanted comes into fruition, regardless of all of the obstacles, all of the delays, and regardless of not knowing where you're going, not knowing how to get there. You submitted. You fully submitted. And so you will receive justice. Because all you wanted was to break free. All you wanted was to just feel good. All you wanted was to just choose yourself. All you wanted was a connection, emotional stability, regulated nervous system. You just wanted to be happy and healthy, and these people wouldn't allow it. I'm hearing over my dead body. Over my dead body, 717. All you wanted was peace and happiness, and they said, over my dead body. And so, your cup is going to overflow. But I'm hearing, don't pour one out for your homies. You know, the ones that said over my dead body, don't pour it out for them. Allow this cup to be overflowing. Allow this cup to overflow to heal the rest of the pain. It's showing me like phoenix tears, how when you cry, or when phoenixes cry, or maybe it's just in Harry Potter, I really don't know, but the phoenix tear actually heals. And so it's almost like they're allowing this cup to heal the rest of those wounds that you couldn't get rid of on your own. Because you didn't know they were there, or you didn't know where to go, or you didn't have the resources. You don't have the resources to do the rest of the healing. Yeah, you've tried. And you've tried everything. And they're applauding you for trying. Even though you know you couldn't do it on your own, you still tried because you were dedicated. Yeah. Because you were looking to overcome the obstacles regardless of what was in front of you. Because you knew that you wanted this. You wanted to have the happy home. You wanted to have celebrations. You wanted to have community, and you wanted to be able to start receiving, because you have been in enough misfortune and chaos that it is your turn, and you understand that. You understand that those who were around you before were emotionally insecure, emotionally immature, which is why you being the star makes them uncomfortable. But it didn't matter, because you still took action. And you still sought out a community that would get you. And while you do that, they are going to have to carry the very burdens they made for you, made you carry, including the burdens they made you carry. I'm hearing it's just burdens on burdens on burdens. And while they do that, you get to look forward. You get to move forward with emotionally nurturing people, and you'll continue to emotionally nurture others. Love that for you.